Welcome to the To Be Human podcast, episode 16 on philosophy. Today I'll be talking about philosophy. But one quick thing before I do properly begin, I'm also now going to be doing a ratio of two To Be Human podcasts to 1 hour podcast. So now there'll be more of these episodes in the future. So yeah, just a brief tangent before we properly begin. But yeah, philosophy, ways of life. So there's tons of different philosophies because there's a lot of ways to live life. Life has many paths, and there's no one way to live life. But I one ideally where it doesn't harm anyone, one that will cause no harm, because I don't want to hurt people, so I try to, avoid anything that could potentially cause problems. But yeah, again, as I've stated before in this podcast, sometimes even good actions can lead to bad consequences because the world is broken. Not that, bad actions can't lead to good things. It's just like the world is kind of messed up. The world is broken, but I'm sure you already know that the world is madness. Honestly, I probably should do one on just the world in general. Talk about the world. I'm gonna have to write that down. Well, not write it, but type it. But still, another topic for the podcast. So yeah. Alright. Yeah. It's there's many ways to live life, many ways to go through life. That's why there's multiple philosophies, each one having its own sort of things. Or you can make your own philosophy because you are you and you dictate your fate. You don't have to follow one that's already been created. And some of those old philosophies are like really old, but it's not to say that they're bad with what advice they may have. It just may be outdated. So yeah, all philosophies aren't necessarily bad. It's just sometimes some parts of the philosophy, an old philosophy, could be, you know, not fitting to the current day and age. So yeah. Yeah, again, take all you learn with a grain of salt, like, because good or bad can always happen, and I guess it's just the never, like, endless cycle of, like, good and evil. So, and yeah, again, is there such a thing as good and evil, as I've spoken before? But in general, like, the cycle of relatively, good things or relatively bad things, like, it's eternal. People will get hurt, die, all sorts of bad stuff. But also, things will progress and improve, and new technology and blah 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 blah. Like, there'll always be good stuff. No matter if either or leads to good or bad consequences down the line. So yeah, none of that really matters. What really matters is just make certain that things, I guess, go well for you and the ones around you, and try and not harm others, I guess. So yeah, like, yeah, and who knows if you'll accidentally harm others or not, but the point is, just try to do your best. That's all I've ever asked, is just try. Try, because it's better try and do good than give up or actively do harm, because it's just not worth it. Like, what do you gain out of, like, being a bad person? Nothing really. Nothing. You don't really get much out of it. The only thing that I can think of that is mainly because of um, like, because good people believed that there was a better way to solve problems, and some are definitely right, but that there's always going to be cracks in any system, but what system I'm speaking about specifically is the jail system, because that's a way we have to, to just decide, who's innocent or guilty. So when crimes are committed, the punishment dictated, and even the worst of the worst still get basic human rights in probably most places, except probably a few. I'm thinking mainly about America, because America's usually the one that's kinda screwed. Like, America just generally seems to suck and is awful. So I doubt I would ever want to live in America. Australia forever. or at least Australia till I have to go somewhere else for a job. Hopefully somewhere like Europe or New Zealand, Canada, goddamn, you know, Mexico, Japan, goddamn, like, probably most dollar places, honestly, except America, and maybe, like, third world sort of countries, like, unless I'm doing, like, a charity thing, um, but trying to actively live there would be hard. But like a charity cause, definitely well worth it. Just to help out with whatever community, wherever, whenever. I wonder if I'll ever do that sort of thing. Like, my future's kind of uncertain, so yeah, and all roads are open right now. And it's not like it'll close if I choose a certain road to stick with. It just means there'll potentially be a potentially thing for later in life. Again, there's so much you can do in life. It's not like it's something that's going to be avoided forever. It's just probably not the right time now. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, I've kind of gone on a tangent. What was I saying exactly earlier? I've already forgotten. I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, there's many ways to live life, many philosophies. I just try and do my best. And yeah. Oh yeah, I was talking about how America sucks in that. Now I remember my train of thought, which led me to, you know, saying that for, like, some parts, third world countries are bad, but it definitely is challenging to live there. Not to, dis, anyone. They work hard to live under the conditions that they may be in. I'm just saying, personally, for me, I'm like, I want to stay here, please. I rather my endless struggle trying to find a job, like, search and find a job, then, barely living by the skin of my, like, teeth, like, is that how the phrase goes? I don't know. Even though English is my first language, it's just one I'm pretty sure I've heard it before. Skin of the teeth. That's correct, right? It doesn't matter. Anyway, actually, let me just Google it. Yeah, skin of her teeth. Oh, it's biblical. Huh. Didn't know it was something from kind of biblical. Interesting. But, but, yeah, uh, anyway, yeah. America just generally sucks. Probably live basically anywhere else. And yeah, but yeah, back to philosophy, ways of life. Yeah, personally for me, I'm one that would want to do no harm. I'm a conscientious objector. That's the thing, right? With uh, the pacifism thing. I'm a pacifist, in the words of Doc. And then Tucker talks about like babies sucking on goddamn uh, um, pedophiles when like um, the word he was obviously trying to think of was a pacifier. Um, but yeah, goddamn versus it's very like almost topical, like to talk about now. Like yeah, with the age of the internet, yeah, Tucker being like many years early to things because that was from season 2, which was 2004, so being like 20 years early, like 2 decades early to things. Tucker knew, Tucker realized, even if he's kind of, you know, a pervert, not P word, but also reminds me that, god damn it, why do people think I sound like Herbert the pervert? I I rather the Carl Weezing or Mickey Mouse comparisons than Herbert the pervert. Like I seriously do not get it. Like I don't sound like, oh Sonny boy, I'm gonna help you. Like if I do that voice, obviously it's closer, but my normal voice is not that close, at least as far as I believe. Like then if I was to do like Carl Weezer, it's like Jimmy's mom, croissant. I love croissants. Like it's kind of close, but I think that there's definitely parts that I don't really nail, like the mannerism. So yeah, and then for like Mickey Mouse, it's like, hi kids, it's me, Mickey Mouse. I've come here to steal your souls. It fuels Disney. We shall live forever through the souls of children. Yeah, other than that change about, you know, my voice and what people have compared me to over the years, um, yeah, how did I get to this? God, I forget how I started tangents. Then I eventually remember. Sometimes, occasionally I don't, but whatever. Anyway, back to philosophy, ways of life. So yeah, there's multiple ways to life. You determine your own. I just try to be kind and do no harm. Me talking about like talk transition to um uh it being a topical thing, which for some reason, you know, tricking me into a tangent about talking about my, you know, what people think I sound like. Like, it's weird. But yeah, you know, it's just how things go. Self-realizing that I've both done my old thing of saying, I guess, like a lot. I don't really do as much anymore. But also, you know, you must know. You know everything. Oh, you know everything. The you that knows everything. The fourth one, the secret fourth one. You are the one that knows everything. But how, when most of the time it feels like I'm speaking to a void? Maybe it's the void. And yet again, I've previously decided that a good name for my chat, because, you know, people sometimes have a name for their chats, is the void, because usually it's fairly empty and like the only activity is like a bot or something, which I can see one on Twitch. The message earlier, goddamn bots, but yeah, I made the name the void to refer to you because of the void in my series, because it's fitting. So yeah. Hello, voiders. Does that even work? Voiders. People who travel the void. Voiders. They're avoiding me. Just removed A and like added S at the end. Voiders. It kind of works. You guys are the voiders. I've actually properly done it now, so I guess I technically only started the concept when I talked about before, but didn't fully make the concept until now. Whenever I did it, it was a long time ago, I can't remember. But yeah. Anyway, enough of this tangent. But yeah, there's multiple ways to live life. And I live my life through doing tangents a lot when I should be talking about the main thing, but alas, that's the one mistake I've made. So I potentially could do harm because I babbled on too long, and then people lose interest, and anything I had to say that was meaningful is lost in the sea of endless tangents. So yeah. But anyway, yeah. That will probably be it for philosophy. So just live your life how you want to, but try and not do harm because harm's bad. And yeah, try and do good. Not that it's always easy. You just try because it won't always be easy. But the point is to try. But anyway, I'm gonna end it before I inevitably end up in another tangent. So thank you all for watching this video, and peace until next time.